Did y'all see what went down on Sunday? I can't believe what just happened at Northwest Stadium. The Commanders fell short, 30-23, against the Cowboys. But let me tell you something. This loss revealed three stories that are going to shape the future of this franchise. We've got a 39-year-old veteran quarterback who left it all on the field, a second-year defensive end who went OFF with a historic performance, and a rookie running back who reminded us exactly why this organization bet on him. If you think this loss was just another stumble, you're out of your mind. Because what we saw on Sunday is the DNA of what Adam Peters and Dan Quinn are building right here in the DMV. Stick around till the end, because the third story is gonna blow your mind. You know how many 39-year-old quarterbacks are still playing in the NFL right now? Let me tell you, pretty much none. And the ones who are, they're not stepping in as starters in a crucial divisional game. But Josh Johnson ain't just any quarterback. This man is a living DMV legend, and on Sunday, he showed us exactly why he's still in this league after all these years. When Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota went down, a lot of folks thought our season was toast. But you know what Josh Johnson did. He completed 15 of 23 passes for 198 yards, kept this team in the fight until the final whistle, and left everything he had out there. That's what I call professionalism. That's what I call burgundy and gold leadership. But what really hit me in the gut was hearing him after the game. This man, at 39, with a career that's touched more teams than you can count, said something that stuck with me. It hurts, man. Because even though it was a short week, we prepared well. The things that were out there that we wanted to get done, and we just had a couple of plays here and there that we left on the field. You hear that? IT hurts. A quarterback who's seen it all in this league, who's been to nearly every corner of the NFL, still feels the pain of losing. And you know why? Because this man understands what it means to wear these colors. He gets what it means to play for us, the fans who've been through years of heartbreak waiting for greatness. Johnson went on to say, like me knowing myself, it's going to sit on me for a couple of days. So it hurts. It hurts. Can you believe that? A 39-year-old backup who's going to carry this loss with him for days. While other backups would just be happy to get a shot, Josh Johnson is crushed because he couldn't get us the win. And here's the part that blew my mind. Johnson talked about his why, the reason he's still doing this at 39. Listen to this. I know I can play at a high level, but I also know it takes what comes with playing at a high level. So I'm not really out here trying to prove nothing anymore. That's maturity. That's wisdom. This man isn't out here chasing big contracts or trying to be a star. So what drives him? He said it himself. God has put me in this position for a reason. Whatever this game is giving me, to absorb it and produce good food into the world. Do you understand the depth of that? Johnson sees football as a platform to impact lives, to bless his family, his community, every team he's played for. He said, every time I go on the field, I just want to show the gratitude to the man above that I'm grateful to be in this position. Because, most backup quarterbacks never last this long. They never get these opportunities, and I'm grateful for that. Commanders fans, do you realize the gem we've got on this roster? While the Cowboys got Cooper Rush and the Eagles got Kenny Pickett, we've got a man who sees every snap as a gift, every opportunity as a blessing. And let me tell you something else. Johnson completed 15 of 23 passes. That's 65% in the game where he had basically zero prep as the starter. You know how many starting QBs in this league don't even hit that percentage. I'll tell you, more than you think. Those 198 yards kept us in the game. They weren't flashy, but they were exactly what a backup QB is supposed to do. Keep the ship steady, avoid costly mistakes, and give your team a shot to win. And the most impressive part, he did it on a short week. The game was Sunday, and Johnson had to get ready in record time to face a Cowboys defense that, while not elite, knows our system inside and out because we played them twice a year. Now, let me ask you this. How many 39-year-old quarterbacks could have done what Johnson did? How many could step in with barely any prep and stay composed? I think very few. I think what we saw Sunday was a masterclass in professionalism and preparation. And here's what's got me thinking. Johnson's got one more shot this season to show his gratitude, like he said. One last chance to prove that age is just a number when you've got the heart of a warrior and the mindset of a champion. Do you think Josh Johnson should have a bigger role on this team next year? Or do you think his time in the NFL is finally up? Because I'll tell you this, if Jaden Daniels misses significant time in the playoffs, is there anyone you trust more than Josh Johnson to keep the Super Bowl dream alive? Commanders fans, did y'all see number 96 on Sunday? Because if you didn't, you missed a historic performance. Johnny Newton, our second-year defensive end, went OFF with 3 sacks against the Cowboys. 3! And I'm not talking cleanup sacks or easy chase downs. I'm talking pure domination, a man who decided Sunday was his day. Let me put this in perspective. Newton had only 2 sacks all season before this game. 2, and suddenly, in one game, he triples his total. You get how wild that is. That's like a .200 hitter smacking 3 home runs in one game. But here's what really has me hyped. After the game, Newton talked about his rhythm and why he was so successful. Listen to this. Oh, they come in bunches. As Jacob Martin would say, but I just had a great feeling of the game today. Runner pass. I feel like with the film I watched, I feel like I had a great feeling of what they were doing the whole day. So I was just reacting to the play and making plays. You catch that? Preparation. Newton didn't just show up and wing it. The man studied film, learned the Cowboys' offensive line tendencies, and when the time came, he just reacted. That's what separates good players from great ones. Good players have talent. Great players pair that talent with obsessive preparation. Then Newton said something that gave me chills. Yeah, in my zone. Whenever I catch fire, it's hard to cool me off. That's confidence. That's killer mentality. This man knows that once he gets going, he's nearly unstoppable. But here's the detail everyone's missing. Newton has only played 37% of defensive snaps this season, 37%. And he still got 3 sacks in one game. Can you imagine what he could do with 60, 70, or even 80% of the snaps? I'm telling you, Adam Peters and Dan Quinn are playing this smart. They're developing Newton, molding him, prepping him to be a cornerstone of this defense for the next 10 years. And what we saw Sunday was just a preview of what's coming. Newton talked about being grateful for every opportunity. He said, yeah, always happy for opportunity. I was talking to Robbie Chosen, and he was like, just always be grateful of every opportunity that you get, even in a meeting. So, I feel like that stuck with me since last night. You see that? That's the culture Dan Quinn is building here. Vets like Robbie Chosen mentoring the young guys, teaching them to value every moment, every rep, every chance to grow. That doesn't happen everywhere. That doesn't happen in Dallas, where egos run wild. That doesn't happen in Philly, where the pressure breaks young players. But here in the DMV, we've got something special. A culture of gratitude, hard work, and preparation. And Newton is the perfect example. He added, I got a brother who would kill to be in this position. So that stuck with me all day. And I was like, since the morning, I was like, man, I just got to go in there and ball out. Because I know my brother would do the same if he had the opportunity. That's perspective. Newton knows millions would give anything to be in his shoes. He knows every snap is a privilege, not a right. And that mindset is exactly what fueled his dominance on Sunday. Now, let's talk numbers. 3 sacks in one game is no joke. You know how many players in the NFL have done that this season? Not many. And how many did it playing just 37% of snaps? Probably none. The Cowboys came into Northwest Stadium thinking they could control the line of scrimmage. They thought Newton's limited reps meant they could exploit our rotation. But guess what? Newton made them look like a high school team, every time Cooper Rush dropped back, Newton was there. Every time they tried to run, Newton was plugging gaps. The man was a problem all day, and the Cowboys had no answer, Doc. So here's the question we all need to ask. Why is Newton only playing 37% of snaps? If he can do this with limited time, what could he do with more? I think Dan Quinn and the defensive coordinator are being smart. They're keeping Newton fresh for key moments. They're avoiding burnout in a long season. And they're getting him ready to be a dominant force in the playoffs. Because let me tell you something. If the Commanders are going to make noise in the postseason, they'll need their D-line to dominate. They'll need constant pressure on the quarterback. They'll need someone to take over in crunch time. And after what we saw Sunday, is there any doubt Johnny Newton can be that guy? Now, let me ask you, should Newton get more snaps? Or is Quinn right to manage his reps carefully? Because I'm telling you, if Newton can get 3 sacks in limited time, just imagine what he could do with a full workload. But that's nothing compared to what's next. And here's where things get really wild. While everyone was focused on Josh Johnson and Johnny Newton, a rookie running back came out of nowhere and reminded us why Adam Peters is a straight-up draft genius. Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt, the rookie, out of Arizona, went OFF with 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys, including a 72-yard run that left the entire Dallas secondary eating dust. Let me set the scene for you. Third quarter, the Commanders needed a spark. The offense was grinding, looking for some juice, and then bam! Crosky-Merritt takes the handoff, finds a crease, and just vanishes. 72 yards. Touchdown. Northwest Stadium erupted after the game. The rookie talked about that magic moment. He said, "I saw daylight, and I was like, this is my chance to show when it's open field. I can take it the distance." And I mean, it worked out. It worked out perfect. You hear that confidence? That mindset? Crosky-Merritt saw the opportunity and took IT. No hesitation. No second guessing. Just pure trust in his speed, his vision, and his preparation. But here's the context that makes this even more impressive. Crosky-Merritt got the start because Chris Rodriguez Jr. was sick. This wasn't the original plan. This wasn't the script the coaches had drawn up. But in the NFL, when your number gets called, you better be ready. And Crosky-Merritt was ready. Then Quinn spoke about the rookie after the game and what he Side has me believing this kid's got a bright future in burgundy and gold. Quinn said, "Yeah, the thing that comes to mind that I'm impressed by is like coming in. I know this was a short week, but some of the running backs told me this earlier. Like, he likes to meet early and get ahead. You hear that? On a short week. When most players were trying to rest and recover, Crosky-Merritt was showing up early to meetings, studying, preparing, doing everything he could to be ready if his number got called. Quinn continued. So, when we got to how we're doing blitz pickup meetings, he was the one answering like, he's so urgent about wanting to deliver for the guys. That's leadership. A rookie answering questions in blitz pickup meetings. A rookie showing urgency. A rookie who wants to deliver for his teammates. But it hasn't always been easy for Crosky-Merritt. Quinn admitted the rookies had to deal with inconsistent reps and touches. He's had to be patient. He's had to wait for his moment. And when it finally came, he took IT, Quinn said. Early on the season, it was, can I make a big play where it was 2nd and 1? Can I get the first down? So finding the end zone, that's a big deal in the long run. Getting outside and finishing. Those were some of the things, but I've seen him grow a lot in the knowledge of the game plan. You see the growth. Early in the season, Crosky-Merritt was trying to hit a home run on every carry. But over time, he's learned to take what the defense gives him. He's learned patience. He's learned to trust his blockers. And on Sunday, all that growth showed. Up in 72 yards of pure speed and determination. Now, let's talk about what this means for the future. The Commanders clearly see potential in Crosky-Merritt. They're developing him. They're investing in him. And giving him extended opportunities in these final games is a move for 2026 and beyond. Because here's the reality. Brian Robinson Jr. is a solid back, but he's not a home run threat. Chris Rodriguez Jr. is a power runner, but he doesn't have that explosive gear. Krosky Merritt has something neither of them, has the ability to take it to the house at any moment. And in today's NFL, where games are often decided by one or two explosive plays, having a back who can break off a 72-yard touchdown is priceless. I'm telling you, Adam Peters knew exactly what he was doing when he brought in Krosky Merritt. He saw the raw talent. He saw the speed. He saw the upside. And now we're starting to see the payoff. But here's the question we all need to ask. What role will Krosky Merritt have next year? Will he be RB1? Will he be part of a committee? Or will he stay buried on the depth chart? I think after what we saw Sunday, Krosky Merritt has earned the right to compete for the starting job. I think his speed and playmaking ability make him too valuable to keep on the bench. And if the Commanders are smart, they'll find ways to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. Because when Krosky Merritt touches the ball, good things happen. The rookie also talked about how he's handled the ups and downs of limited opportunities. He's been patient. He's stayed professional. He's kept grinding. And now he's starting to see the results. Quinn mentioned that Krosky Merritt has made huge strides in pass protection, which is crucial for a running back in the NFL. If you can't protect the quarterback, you can't be on the field on third down. And if you can't be on the field on third down, your value drops fast. But Krosky Merritt has put in the work. He's studied. He's improved. And now he's showing he can be a complete back, not just a one-dimensional speed guy. So now, I ask you, do you think Krosky Merritt should be RB1 next year? Or do you think he still needs more development before taking on that role? Because I'm telling you, if he can go 72 yards against the Cowboys, just imagine what he can do against weaker defenses. Commanders fans, what did we just witness? 3 stories, 3 players, 3 reasons to believe in the future of this franchise. We saw a 39-year-old veteran quarterback leave his heart on the field and remind us that age is just a number when you've got passion and preparation. We saw a second-year defensive end explode with 3 sacks and show us that the future of our D-line is in great hands. And we saw a rookie running back break off a 72-yard touchdown and prove that Adam Peters knows exactly what he's doing in the draft. This loss to the Cowboys hurts. I won't lie. It stings because we know we could have won. It stings because we left plays on the field. It stings because this rivalry means everything to us in the DMV. But if there's one thing I learned from these 3 stories, it's this. The future of the Washington Commanders is bright. We've got vets who still have fire in the tank. We've got young guns who are hungry and ready to dominate. And we've got an organization that's finally doing things the right way. Now I ask you, which of these 3 performances impressed you the most? Was it the veteran heart of Josh Johnson, the breakout game from Johnny Newton, or the speed and determination of Jaquarii Krosky Merritt? Drop a comment and let me know who your favorite player was on Sunday. And while you're at it, tell me, do you think these 3 guys will be key pieces in a potential playoff run? If you enjoyed this deep dive, if you learned something new, if you felt the passion I feel for this team, I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe to this channel. Because here at Commanders Nation, we're a family, and families support each other. Every day I bring you news, analysis, and insights you won't find anywhere else. Every day I wake up thinking about how I can serve this passionate fan base that, like me, lives and breathes burgundy and gold dots. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single update. And share this video with every Commanders fan you know. Because together, we're riding this season all the way. Together, we'll celebrate the wins and break down the losses. Together, we'll be the most informed, most passionate Commanders fan base in the world. I'll see you in the next video with more news, more analysis, and more burgundy and gold fire. And remember, hail to the Redskins.